What's good, guys? It's now just gone 2 in the morning on a late Thursday night. Came back from Gangnam, Moim, maybe 3 hours ago. Had issues with the front door, but let's not get into that. It's not important. Firstly, I want to say thank you to Samsung for my crappy earphones. I've now switched to the Sony earphones that came with this phone. I was really scared because I thought that something internally inside the phone needed replacing, in which case it would be near impossible to do that in Seoul. But thankfully, all that needed replacing were just the headset or earphones, earpieces. So I'm going to use this from now on. It's unfortunate because, well, the length is a little bit different, so I might need to switch pockets, which will be a bit uncomfortable from the beginning. But it makes sense for my wallet to be on the right because the holder is on the right, the ticket, um, the ticket gate reader, I mean. Anyway, um, I'm not tired, which is quite sucky because I need to be tired right now because I have a long day ahead. I get moments like this. It's kind of like pre-jet lag, post-jet lag feeling. It's weird. Again, nothing worth talking about. What I do want to talk about is uh, getting my game back. Not game per se, but just getting my interactions back on track. And going in and just saying, fuck it. Um, doesn't matter what people think. If you stay in the moment, don't show any reactions, then eventually everything's going to work out fine. And even if they have a pre-thought or you think you're reading them, maybe you're not reading them that well. So it's best to ask. And even if they lie, you can only go on their lie. Okay, so what am I talking about? Okay, let's start at the beginning. So I roll up with some friends to the Moim because we had a dinner before. And I saw someone that I met last week. Went up, said hi, but she was kind of distant. I didn't do anything. Like we talked for literally 10 minutes last week. So if she made a prejudgment about that, which was what I was thinking, then damn, I must have made a strong impact in those 10 minutes. Anyway, it wasn't anything to do with that. She was just talking to friends. Fair enough. Then she went away. I tried to get her attention and she wasn't having anything. So I was like, okay, cool. Most guys would think that's a rejection. She's still in the room. Maybe she's not looking at you. Maybe she's blanking you slightly, but it's still not a rejection. She's just in her own world. And that's an important distinction to recognize. If a girl is in her own world, everyone is getting blanked, not just you. So one, don't take it personally, and two, just don't think about it. Just talk to the other girls. Okay. So eventually, I see these two girls sitting by themselves, seat available. I just walk up, sit down, finish, start talking. Then the girl that blanked me, or supposedly blanked me, comes over and talks as well. And she's talking not to me, but to the two girls. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what would a normal guy do? Okay, a normal guy would sit there and just mope. Or what a supposed player would do is just leave the set because the set's dead, right? Well, I did kind of both, where I stayed in the set, but I was still listening to what they were saying because they were speaking Korean, so I was practicing my Korean. I didn't seem as if like, what the fuck are you guys saying? Are you talking about me? Kind of thing. But I was just in there thinking, okay, let me just listen, just being cool. Then eventually, the girl that initially blanked me asked me something. It was a video link I sent her last week. So it wasn't too bad. I mean, she still talks to me, right? Yeah. So my whole point is rejection is in your head, okay? And Just because the girl doesn't talk to you initially doesn't mean that she's not going to talk to you later on in the evening. Okay, so then another girl came with this dude. She started talking to me, saying my Korean's really good. I hate that phrase. And talked for a bit. Then I thought, this is the perfect opportunity to just jump set because she's in the mix. She's clearly with a boyfriend slash friend. I'm not really getting anywhere with this. I'm not really interested. I'm just gonna kind of slide along. So got up, got my drink, relocated. Didn't really relocate too well, as in I didn't like jump to another set or anything. I just kind of, I guess you could say hovered. I hovered for a bit. Then I talked to some more people. All right, so tonight, um, to prove these young guns wrong, you can go in with anything, okay? So my guy, he was like all up on this girl, saying like she looks Chinese, and clearly he likes her, right? But hasn't got the balls to like go up and just start a conversation. So I just used that as the starting conversation piece. So I went up to her and in Chinese, I asked her if she was Chinese, and she wasn't, right? So she was like, "What?" And she kind of did the kind of slide to the side, which was fine. I mean, it's a social environment. I'm not being creepy by asking her that. So if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You move on. And then after that, just got into a conversation. Now, a side note to recognize is that she was talking to someone initially before I broke their conversation. And that person was to both of our lefts. So in order to mix it up, I also initiated with the person on my left. All right, this is important because if you don't, then it's obvious that you're hitting on her. And even if you're not hitting on her, it still feels that way. All right. So you need to interact with everybody, even if it's a dude, okay? You still need to talk. You need to get everybody involved. If someone feels left out, then they feel like the bum of the conversation, okay? And only you get to feel that way. Because there was a point where three people were talking, and then the girl to my right was talking to another girl, and I was just left there, just chilling. But it's okay because you know who you are and you know what you're gonna do. And it's okay to just chill and let two people have a conversation because maybe it doesn't involve you, and maybe it involves them arranging plans for this weekend. What are you gonna do? You're gonna bump and say, "Oh, what are you guys doing on this weekend?" No, fuck that. That's wrong. Okay. I mean, that's not the way to do it. Okay. So it's cool if you just chill. Just don't chill and be nervous about it. When you chill, chill. So it was kind of funny the interaction I had with the girl that my friend kind of liked, because I didn't say anything to her in Korean, but she's Korean, and yet she's not Korean. Anyway, that's another chapter video altogether. Um, right, my point. Okay, she was playing hard to get, as in hard to exchange contact details. So she tried to slide the question to one side. So I just asked if she used Kakao, and she came with, I can't even remember what she came up with. But then I thought, you know what? Honesty in this case could be the best policy. So let me just try it out, okay? In which case I said, well, I want to keep in contact. That didn't really work. So I involved the friend that she was talking to and said, well, look, I feel I seem like a nice guy or some shit like that. And I want to stay in contact with her. So right now I'm trying to exchange contact information or some shit. I can't remember exactly the exact words, but what the dynamic does in involving a friend is it involves a third party decision maker, and that assists her in making the decision, a rather hard decision, because maybe it doesn't happen to her too often. where someone asks for contact information. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's just Kakao, man. It's not like Facebook or like a telephone number. Um, yeah, so when you're talking to people, again, if there's a dead silence, own it. If you can feel the other two people or the other person like trying to react to the silence, then you should own it because you're the one that's in command of the conversation. And when it comes to leaving, you don't even need to say goodbye because it was a simple conversation. You have the contact information. It's just polite to say goodbye. I mean, if you're chilling with friends, then you're gonna go with friends. Same with her. If she's chilling with her friends, then she's gonna go to her friends. If she's gonna be polite and say goodbye, then so be it. I'm not saying it's like trying to show a tough image or anything. It's just that that's the way it is sometimes. I'm gonna cut this now because it's over 10 minutes and it might not upload on YouTube. So peace out and until next time.